Hi, good morning. Today we are going to discuss one corollary of theorem 5. Just recall what we have discussed in our last class. We have discussed one theorem and that is theorem 5. Now what is the statement of theorem 5? Let W be a finite dimensional subspace of an inner product space V and E be an orthogonal projection of V on W, then E is an idempotent linear transformation from V on to W. Okay, if E is an orthogonal projection, then E is an idempotent operator. Also, it is a linear transformation from V on to W, and W perp is the null space of V, and V equal to direct sum of W and W perp or W complement. And now we are going to discuss this corollary. Now, what about the statement of the corollary? Under the conditions of the theorem, that is same condition, W is a finite dimensional subspace of an inner product space V and E be an orthogonal projection of V on W. In this condition, I minus E is the orthogonal projection of V on W complement or W perp. Okay, given condition is E is a orthogonal projection of V on W, and here we have to prove I minus A is the orthogonal projection of V on W complement or W perp. So also it is an idempotent linear transformation from V on to W complement or W perp with null space W. That is what we have to prove. Null space of we have to prove null space of I minus C is equal to W. Also, we have to prove I minus C is an idempotent linear operator. That means I minus C whole square equal to I minus C. Also, we have to prove it is a linear transformation, etc. So, moving to the proof, just recall this theorem. Okay, there is no need to write all these things in your note. Just to recall, we have one corollary. Let V be an inner product space. W is a finite dimensional subspace, and E be the orthogonal projection of V on W. Then the mapping beta to beta minus E beta is the orthogonal projection of V on W complement or W perp. B beta minus E beta is the orthogonal projection of V on W complement. We have this result. Okay. So just we are writing, we are starting proof from here. We know that the mapping beta to beta minus E beta is the orthogonal projection of V on W complement. Now what is actually this beta minus E beta? Note that I minus E beta. This what you can write this as I beta minus E beta. But I is the identity map. I beta is beta. Beta minus E beta. So the map, this is actually I minus E beta is actually beta minus E beta. So here in this map, beta goes to beta minus E beta. Okay. So beta goes to beta minus E beta is actually the map I minus E. Okay. So here this map is a orthogonal projection of V on W complement. That means I minus E is the orthogonal projection of V on W complement. I minus E is the orthogonal projection of V on W complement. Hope it is clear. Now what is I minus C whole square? I minus C whole square equal to I minus C into I minus C. Multiplying this, multiplying. And here we get I minus C I square, which is same as E square. E square. E is a projection, therefore E square is E. Cancel each other. Here minus E and plus C cancel each other, and finally we get I minus C. So I minus C whole square equal to I minus C implies I minus C is a idempotent linear operator. Now by theorem 5, okay, E is a linear transformation. Clearly I is also a linear transformation. Here we have is a by this theorem we have this is a linear transformation E. Okay, so E is a linear transformation. Clearly, I is a linear transformation. Therefore, I minus E is linear. Now, what next we have to prove? We have proved I minus E is the orthogonal projection of V on W complement. Already proved. It is an idempotent linear transformation. We have proved, and it is on to W complement with null space W. We have to prove null space of I minus E equal to W. So what is null space of I minus C equal to set of all beta such that I minus C beta equal to 0. So I minus C into beta equal to 0, beta minus C beta equal to 0, beta equal to E beta. E beta equal to beta. So what is the meaning of that? Beta belongs to W. What is our W? W be a finite dimensional inner product and E is a orthogonal projection of V on W. Okay, so E is a orthogonal projection. So E beta where E is a map from V to W. So beta belongs to our V and finally we get E beta equal to beta. Where is actually E beta? E beta is in W. That means beta is in W. So finally we get beta belongs to W. So what is the meaning of that? If beta belongs to null space of I minus E, then beta belongs to W. This implies null space of I minus E is a subset of W. Now what is actually I minus E? Null space of okay. Now what happens if now how we can prove W is a subspace of null space of I minus E? We have a result. If beta belongs to W, what is E beta? And C beta here. W is the orthogonal projection. So if beta belongs to W, what is? We have one result. If beta belongs to W, then its best approximation is the same number. It's that number itself. Therefore, E beta is equal to beta. E beta equal to beta. That's why here double side implies. Okay. And beta minus E beta equal to 0. That means I minus E beta equal to 0. That means beta belongs to null space of I minus E. That means W is a subset of null space of I minus E. From this, we get null space of I minus E equal to W. Okay. This is actually implied and implied by. So, we get null space of I minus E equal to W. Next, we are going to discuss one problem. Given R3, okay, with a standard inner product. And what we have to find? Here we have to find orthogonal projection of this vector -10 to 8 on the subspace W and W is spanned by 3, 12, -1. Okay, W is spanned by 3, 12, -1. We have to find orthogonal projection. So what is, just to recall the theorem, if alpha is a spanned by x1, x2, etc. xn, then orthogonal projection of beta is sigma inner product of beta and suppose this is alpha 1, alpha 2, etc. Alpha k divided by norm of alpha k whole square into alpha k. This we have this result. Here we have only one vector 3, 12, -1 for alpha k. and beta is our vector minus 10 to 8. So minus 10 to 8, this is our beta. And alpha k, we have only one alpha 1 which is equal to 3, 12 minus 1. So what about this sum? This sum contains only one value, that is inner product of alpha 1 and inner product of beta and alpha 1 divided by norm of alpha 1 square into alpha 1. What is inner product of beta and alpha 1? 3 into minus 10 plus 2 into 12 minus plus 8 into minus 1. Minus 30 plus 24 minus 8. Minus 6 minus 14. And what is norm of alpha 1 square is 3 into 3 plus 12 into 12 into minus 1 into minus 1. That is 9 plus 144 plus 1. That is equal to this. Therefore, the orthogonal projection of this vector 10 to 8 is alpha equal to minus 14 by 154, 3, 12, minus 1. Okay, clear? So, this is our map. Orthogonal projection is this map. Now we have to find in terms of linear transformation. This is the orthogonal projection of the element beta. Now what about the general? In general, orthogonal projection is defined as x1, x2, etc. map to E x1, x2, etc. What is the map? That is in general. Here this is a particular case minus 10 to 8. What about in general x1, x2, x3? So if beta equal to x1, x2, x3, inner product of beta and alpha 1 is actually alpha 1. Alpha 1 is 3, 12 minus 1. So 3x1 plus 12x2 minus x3. This is 3 12 minus 1 into inner product of x1, x2, x3 and divided by same 154 into this one. This is the general result. So actually what is E? E is spanned by 312 minus 1. Okay. So this is, what about the dimension? The orthogonal projection is actually spanned by 312 minus 1. Therefore dimension is 1. Rank of E is 1. Now what about nullity? Total dimension is 3. Therefore nullity is equal to 2. Now this is one method to find nullity. Now in general, what is nullity? Nullity means, nullity of E means E of x1, x2 to fall x1, x2, x3 such that E of x1, x2, x3 etc. equal to 0, 0, 0. That means this is equal to 0 only if 3x1 plus 12x2 minus x3 equal to 0. Okay. This happens only if we put values for x2 and x3, then we get x1 in terms of x2 and x3. Therefore dimension is 2. Okay, so x1, x2, x3 etc. in wperp is the null space of E. Now dimension of wperp is equal to 2 because dimension of null space of E equal to 2. Now what is the map beta minus E beta? That means x1, x2, x3 minus E beta. x1, x2, x3 minus E x1, x2, x3. The map we have already proved in theorem. Beta minus E beta is the orthogonal projection of V on W complement or W perp. Okay, and which is same as the I minus E. So what is I minus E? x1, x2, x3 minus this. And evaluating this, we get this one. Okay, substitute this value and then subtract, we get this. This is the map I minus E. So I minus E is the orthogonal projection of R3 on W complement or W. Okay, that's all for today's class. In the next class, we will discuss about Bessel's inequality. Okay.